Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Metis live stream. We today going to be talking about Metis. We're going to have a guest speaker. We're going to be having questions for the Metis rewards. Just heads up, the Metis rewards are going to be ending soon once we launch our Andromeda. And today we're going to be talking about Andromeda release as well. So keep tuned and use one of the last chances to get Metis rewards for the questions. Today with me, as my co-host, you Will Fomperly. Will, say hi to the audience.
Business development app.
All right, I hope this is not my internet, but it's actually could be. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes,
okay.
We hear you.
All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, so Will joined us just recently. So his role is in business development and marketing. He is a very dedicated member of our community. Has been with us for a while, and that's the reason why he wanted to join us, because he's our very, very dedicated community member, and we welcome our community members to join our team. So if among you, there are community members, especially the developers, would like to join our team, always welcome. All right, so welcome, Will. Welcome, everybody. So our agenda for today. Did I say that my name is Elena Sinalikova? I am the Metis CEO. If I haven't, there you go. You heard that now. Agenda for today, we're going to be talking about Andromeda launch, which is coming very soon, and we're going to be having questions for the Metis rewards. Yay! And we're having today our guest speaker Kevin Liu from ASSX, from the Australian company. Very, very exciting one, and also the questions for him. There you go. Agenda for today is very brief. And don't forget that Metis rewards, we're going to be expecting the questions from you in our Telegram chat. If you already have questions, you can start typing them. We will try to answer all of them today. And of course, reward you for that. Who are we building Metis for? Of course, blockchain startups, blockchain companies, and blockchain people are our first audience. And usually, especially blockchain startups, they have problems. When they would like to, somebody would like to build the company, they always struggle what blockchain to build on. And of course, everybody wants to build on Ethereum because of the ecosystem, but the gas fees are extremely, extremely high, and therefore it's turning people away. And they also not sure about other blockchains because they have undeveloped ecosystem, not as developed as Ethereum, of course, even though they are developing and they have their own advantages. But in side chains as well, there's questions of the security on side chains that people are questioning. So what blockchain to develop on is the major problem. Then how to build. So blockchain developers are expensive and they are a rare find. So I can tell you, because I'm in this space for a while already, I know how hard it is to find great blockchain developers. And also, once you even get developers, now you have the challenge where to store data, because if you're developing on a blockchain, you know that storing data on a blockchain is a very, very, very expensive thing. So you have to develop some other storage, which also brings up the security questions as well. Then how to fund, how to create the tokens. Even just to create a token that will fund your business, it will require some blockchain developer knowledge. So therefore, you cannot even fund before you start. And then where to get the seed money as well, how to find good, the good investors, always a problem. How to find users, customers, employees, your community, and majority of the companies now building a DAOs. If you know blockchain companies, almost all of them now have a DAOs, and the DAO structure, DAO infrastructure is also a rare find. And but we have a solution for all these problems is Metis. And what Metis is, we are building the decentralized platform for the Web3 businesses to accelerate transition of people and companies to the blockchain, to make it easy, to make it suitable for the organization, to have organizational platform, to make it accessible, to make it for everyone. How do we do it? We have a structure of the two components, layer 2 and a DAO infrastructure. Layer 2 is Ethereum layer 2 optimistic rollup that allows us to scale Ethereum. So we are building on top of Ethereum. It's Ethereum ecosystem, but with a low transaction fee and faster transactions. And of course, with a no code, low code possibilities as well that we're building. But our main offer is the built-in DAO structure that connecting people, that connecting and rewarding people and startups. So what usually DAO represent? Three things: it's voting, governance, and reputation powers. What our vision of the DAO, and we call it DAC, Decentralized Autonomous Company, is so much more. You can do so much more in the DAO: voting, governance, reputation power, but also organizational roles, payroll, financing, donations, HR administration, project management, task management, communication, microservices. You can hook out the different services, have a different structure levels of the organization, and also investments. And as I say, DAC is an acronym for the Decentralized Autonomous Company, and this is heart and soul of Metis. We offer for the companies different structures, different roles, different permissions. Again, you can hire people, you can pay people, you can reward people, you can penalize people, you can tax people. There's also websites and chat rooms. You can chat right directly on the on-chain. You can send each other money, of course, salaries or rewards. And also you can give the tasks, you can do the task management, you can do the reporting, and the reputation power. And underlying technology, as I already said, it's layer 2 optimistic rollup. What is it? What it is? Processing transactions in the batches and committing them to layer 1, which is Ethereum. So how we are different? There are other companies that built with optimistic rollup, and as you know, and we already told you, we took optimism, open source technology as our base, but we actually developed so much more out of it. So we made it multi-chain. So therefore, any project, any new DAC, decentralized autonomous company that joins Metis has its own chain rolls up, and therefore removes the bottleneck. Not all the projects and company not sitting in one chain anymore and creating a bottleneck. They are spread out in a multi-chain and therefore providing not only decentralization, but actually better scalability as well. And these are the use cases that we right now already ready to present. So DAO DeFi, DApp NFT, launchpads, investments, tokenization, and crowdfunding. All of this you can do on Metis. And our team. With me today, so Will already presented himself. And we have, I would like you guys to now, I will stop the share. I would like you to uncover yourself, enable your cameras. I would like you to introduce yourself one more time, the team that we have right now. Here, we have lots of new people also joined our team. We are now beyond 30 and we have 30 plus people. Some of them are here. All right. So here we have Will, of course. We have Kevin. Kevin is a Metis co-founder and he is the product lead. We have Leah, who is underneath Metis DAO, and she is our chief administrative officer, taking care of all the our tasks within a team as well, and also the compliance issues right now. Pavel, so he is the, like how we joke, we have inside the joke, he is the integration manager. It means that he manages the integration team, so integration lead. And Shada is our digital marketing specialist. She also wears many hats in the marketing and do tons and tons of stuff. Yaroslav, Norbert and Irina, they are here in the also in here in this live stream. So Norbert is here. So he is our global community manager. We have many communities. So Norbert manages them all. So we have community, of course, our English Telegram chat. We have a Russian Telegram chat. We have our Turkey Telegram chat. We have our Chinese community. Did I miss anything, Norbert? So we are all over the world right now, and Norbert manages all the communities and community managers inside as well. So Yaroslav here, so he wears many hats along with management of the our Russian community. He also manages all our live streams, and he also right now are participating in the integration and hackathon management. And Irina here in this also Zoom meeting. So she is the person that responsible for all the events that we are running and the events that we're participating in. We recently just came from the events where, like, for example, in Moscow on Blockchain Live, we won the Best Startup Award. We've been the great sponsors for the ListCon, and we've been at the Daoist as well. So we're traveling around the world. We're going to right now the Ukrainian blockchain conference, so you name it. So, and people here in the chat, they actually, so here Yaroslav came there with us. And let me continue sharing my screen and talking about the team. We also have our tech co-founder, Yuan Su. So he is the our tech lead, and he is leading our huge development team that actually got huge right now. Karia, she is leading our product team. So everything that you see for the DAC, this is Karia that is managing that team. We also have David, who is our Discord manager and hackathon manager too. We have Anderson, who is our design lead, and all the designs you see, all the beautiful ones, this is from him. Natalia, she is the our Genesee DAC manager. We're going to be talking about that in a second. Rahul is our web developer. Rohan is our biz dev and strategy lead in the marketing. And Michael, also our marketing and biz dev associate. We also hired more people. So, and like some of the people you see, for example, Will, he is not even here right now in this slide. So we are growing so fast that we don't have time to put people in the slide. But Will, you will be in the slide for sure for the next time. All right, so what we released right now, by now we already released alpha testnet, beta testnet. We released our test swap to show the transactions and the speed of the transactions and the transaction fees. We developed the policy and we keep developing it. This is our middleware that responsible for the authentication and also for the management of the code of the smart contracts from the developer side. So this is what developers use to deploy to Metis. We also launched our Dragonfire, which was a public testnet, which you saw and which you helped us to test. And this is how it looked. We had about 600 testers who onboarded that were testing the DAC creation, DAC staking, and all of this. Thank you so much for our testers. And we also launched the hackathon. Right now, we have about 500 developers that are registered. It is still going. We onboarded tons of partners now. So we have an overwhelming request from the partners on this hackathon. And one of the partners will be performing right now. But today we're going to be talking about Andromeda release. And what is this and why we do it? Andromeda release is our mainnet. And we're going to be naming all the releases since Andromeda with the star constellations. So, and that one, as you remember, we had the Twitter contest. And that's this Andromeda name came from that contest. So it's why would you because we just did the testing with we retested the DAC. Why would you another a round of testing and another release? The answer is very simple, because we based on the open source technology that Optimism developed. Recently, Optimism switched from OVM 1.0 to OVM 2.0, which is Optimism Virtual Machine. So what OVM 1.0 is, how it is different. One is EVM compatible, another one is EVM equivalent. EVM compatibility is good, but this is something that we experienced when with our hackathon, with our integrations. So our hackers and the partners had to compile Solidity using a custom compiler. Only specific version of the Solidity was supported, and only Solidity again also supported, only Solidity language. And then minor changes was required for the smart contract, so to fully run on the layer 2. So therefore, OVM2 is providing so much more capabilities, which is compiling using the base Solidity compiler. All versions of Solidity now are supported, all languages that output EVM bytecode supported, and no smart contract code change required. So it's a one-to-one. But there is always a compromise. So with a good thing, it's always come the bad thing. So OVM2 become more centralized. And this is, we had, that was a bummer for us. And we, of course, we had our, put our heads together, our bright heads together, and how we solve these issues. We still analyze that with OVM 2.0, fraud proofs became dead. So on-chain transaction challenging model would be disabled, which means that can no longer rely on the strong consensus of layer 1 to challenge transactions, which is a big killer of the decentralization. And so now we have to fully trust this Optimism technology, or whatever team is building layer 2 using Optimism technology, which was not our case. We are fully have envisioned decentralization. So Metis chooses decentralization. So how do we do it? You saw that earlier, because we have a multi-chain, multi-VM. The transactions get committed to the pool of sequencers, and sequencers are committing transactions to layer 1 based on the anonymity here in the pool, and also removing the bottleneck. So sequencers actually adding to the decentralization. So select random transactions and post them to and the states to layer 1. Also, we're developing our ranger systems, which will be validating transaction and the states and utilizing security and decentralization of layer 1. Plus the verifiers, and verifiers challenging transaction and initiate fraud proofs via peer nodes. And the peer nodes is something that we tested and retested, because this is not only bringing the load balancing advantages, but also the fraud proof initiation as well, making the Metis decentralized. So what is going to be launched starting next week already? So our Stardust, which is our testnet, followed by the DAC test. So we're going to be launching DAC test again, going to be retesting all that. So right now, again, everything is going through internal testing, and we put it to you guys for the external testing for one more DAC creation and staking test. And then right after that, Andromeda will be released with a real DAC staking and mining. Ta-da. So this is how an Stardust Explorer will look like. And of course, the DC portal, you know it, interface does not change at all. It's this, the underlying blockchain system is changing. So what is included in Andromeda launch? Of course, the layer 2 optimistic rollup, multi-chain, multi-VM, peer nodes, as I said, for the fraud proofs, EVM equivalence. So Metis Explorer Stardust is it will be available. Metis Bridge to layer 1, Polis, that is already there. We also will be having our first DAC template, and we're going to be having the dApps templates as well. So this is the future announcement, and DAC staking and mining. And important notice for the Andromeda release, we have adjusted and prolonged the deposit time from layer 1 to layer 2 to keep assets more secure. So, and what's after? After Andromeda launch, in the following weeks and month after that, there will be cross-chain third-party fast bridge. Right now, we are considering many third-party bridges, and also the load balancing is going to be launched for the better performance. And then early next year is the Metis native fast bridge, the Ranger system. Transaction costs gonna go from so for Andromeda they're going to be for about like $1 to $2, and after that they're going to be going into the cents, and also IPFS technology providing inexpensive storage that is going to be also developed next year. And therefore, what are we going to provide for the blockchain startups? Low gas fees, no fast transaction, no bottlenecks, easy to build, one-click smart contract deployments that we have, what we have in our vision and built in IPFS storage. Then a funding project will be able to tokenize with one click. And also we have a builder mining when the dApps getting profit from every transaction. And since we're already attracting investors and users for the DAC staking and mining, so for the blockchain startups, the audience is going to be there. And our Metis layer 2 ecosystem is now growing, not fitting in one slide anymore. We keep onboarding companies, and now they are in an integration phase already with our integration team. So these are so we have a DeFi, lots of companies. We have a wallet, so we have Web2 companies already in, and the social apps, launchpads, oracles, communities, and also the security providers. And the future work, we have DAOs, we have messengers, we have educational companies, we also have NFT companies and infrastructure companies as well. And so this is also an important announcement. Please pay attention. Our Genesee DAC, which will be serving Metis ecosystem. So this will be our first DAC that will be offering 100 million USD in grants into startups to build on Metis from our venture partners that right now are already committed, and we add in our partners to that pool still. And for the startups, of course, if you would like to build on Metis layer 2, metis.io/grants, even though the grants, the initial grants that we were offering of $10,000, they are all gone, but you can get grants from this 100 million from Genesis DEC, and also the builder mining when you derive profit from every transaction. And of course, we're providing our partners become our family, and we're not only helping them to integrate, but we also provide them full marketing support. Doesn't matter if they are in some other platforms, some other layer twos, some other side chains. Doesn't matter if they are with us, we provide them with the full marketing support. And our Metis Hackathon, of course, if you are the team that considering to join, Metis Hackathon would be a very good gateway for you. So please still join us. Oh, and connect to me. These are my details. And we are hiring as well. So we're hiring for the integration management. We're hiring developers with Solidity knowledge. We're hiring DevOps with the Solidity knowledge. So please contact us at contact@metis.io. You can also drop us the message in Telegram if you're looking. Or me also on Twitter. And to stay connected, please subscribe, join our Telegram, join our Twitter, and email us. And now we're going to be accepting questions. I managed to stay on time. All right, so do we have questions?
I think we
You okay,
do.
Elena?
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to say about our community. It's really grown in the past few weeks, and we're really seeing everything you guys are doing. It's really inspiring, and there's going to be a lot more as we keep going, right? So we're going to be pushing real hard on Reddit, Twitter. Our Telegram channel is always fun. I really think we got the best community in the game, and it's been great to watch it grow. And what you guys are doing is not unnoticed. Shout out to our superstar meme maker, Antoinette, and all the other guys that are really doing the work to get our name out there. And it's not going unnoticed on crypto Twitter. And this is just the beginning, right? It's going to get really fun, really fast, and it's going to be a fun ride. So I'm just happy to be here with the team and also with the community.
Thank you, Will. All right, so now the questions. Can you starting answering them?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
With a single staking, can you make a withdrawal anytime? Yes, you can withdraw anytime. Yeah, it's free for you to withdraw. For the withdrawal time between layer 2 and layer 1 to be reduced. Yeah, actually it's related to our Ranger system design. For now, the reason that optimistic rollup needs 7 to even 14 days to make the finalization is that there's no enough incentive to revert the verifier to do the verification job, because the basic assumption is that no one will do something bad. So if you run the verification and get nothing, no one will be incentivized to do that. But for us, we have Metis token as a utility token. So the one who can run the verification can gain the opportunity to win to mine Metis token out as a reward. So we think it's not only a technical problem, it's also an economic problem. So that's why we designed the whole Ranger system to facilitate and speed up the process. Like how to get into staking. We will publish a detailed guide, and also you will have time to prepare to create your DAC. So yeah, detailed guide will be published. And for the APY to decrease, that's really depends on the participants, how many participants we're gonna have. So it's hard to say, but we encourage you to participate as earlier as possible. And
Okay, I also see the question about the 29,000% reward. So within that nanosecond to rank into this 29,000% reward. So you have to understand that the APY starting from the very high number, but it's going to be getting lower and lower and lower as the many people join, right? So it doesn't matter if you're there for 1 nanosecond. Again, this means if you stayed for the high reward for a long time, then it would be high. But if it's this for nanosecond, it doesn't matter, right? So if you even quickly get it, you will not notice that you're going to get like way more tokens or anything like that. So don't try to rush and get it in there first. So what it's actually going to be, what going to make a difference is the number of people that join your DAC. So focus on that. So we are developing community with this exercise. So this is like the bigger your community is, then the better mining power you have.
And regarding the question about the first quarter of 2021 or 2022, have availability of the real-time verification. Actually, that is also part of the mechanism to make the transaction finalization window to be shortened. As you can see from the words, real-time means people will do the verification very quickly. So to finalize and to make the transaction finished. Yeah.
So blockchain gaming industry is one of the hype. How does
Yeah.
Metis plan to participate in the development of the blockchain gaming industry? What innovations can Metis bring to the gaming industry? Again, our tech with leveraging of the Ethereum ecosystem and also building a tech with leveraging security and low transaction fees and fast transactions. So of course, gaming company would want fast transactions. And so we attracting the gaming company, DeFi companies with our tech, and also the foolproof. If you notice that I was telling you about the multi-chain and removing the bottlenecks, it also bring this. It stabilizes the network as well, and the peer nodes to make it more scalable, and also to minimize any outages. So you don't want any outages in the gaming, and that's how we do that. And right now we have requests from many partners, so we update you as we integrate and we make partnerships.
Yeah. And of course, DeFi projects are very important to the whole ecosystem. And yeah, our dev teams are working around the clock to onboard different kind of DeFi projects. I believe with the launch of our first version of mainnet, Andromeda, more DeFi projects will be launched. So please stay tuned with us. And in addition to staking, yes, we would like to offer rewards for liquidity providers on DEX, but we believe it will happen on layer 2. So as most of our community members know, we might have another party building on Metis layer 2 and launch their DEX over there. So we would love to support the DEX on layer 2 to issue liquidity and rewards over there. What is the percentage of nodes that act as validators on Metis? Actually, we have no limitations, but at the beginning, we hope to onboard like 15 nodes to start and to add more during the process. Again, there's no limitation regarding the number of the nodes. The more, the better. More decentralized is always what we pursue. Yeah.
Oh, I see very interesting question about the can hackers attack to steal data sources in NFT, which is very, very good questions. I cannot tell you that, hackers cannot hack us or steal any data right now. We will refer this question to our team, what kind of measures we provide against that. So I know that IPFS is going to be developed and is going to be developed early next year. And that's what is going to be for the NFT, for the storages of the NFT data sources. And we're probably going to be answering this question exactly, going a little bit deeper into how we protect the data in the IPFS.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I saw some questions regarding the Genesi DAC. Yeah. So actually, it's grant, but with terms. Yeah, I believe more details can be released today. We expecting an article to be released, so please check that. And yes, it's from venture partners, but also Metis also put our funds from the foundation in it. That's the part we hope to support the ecosystem.
Yeah, but please keep in mind that DC is a decentralized autonomous company, and each participant in there, each player that participates, each fund that participates in there, they making their own decisions, and will be also clicking the buttons yes or no, and like the terms and everything will be defined by them. We are providing for them the platform, the DAC platform, to make this decision. And that's what Metis does. We provide the platform for the DACs. Minimum staking amount for the DAC staking is, yes, that's correctly. This is 10 tokens.
Okay, I believe we have answered most of the questions.
Most of the questions. If we haven't answered any of your questions, please keep putting them into the chat. We will be answering them all. But now I actually I'll have one person that joined, Natalia, that we haven't introduced yet. So Natalia, you can you can enable your camera if you would like to, and would like to introduce you, because so Natalia is the one that's going to be managing our Genesi DAC that we created on Metis platform to provide a support for our ecosystem. Natalia, would you like to say a couple of words?
Yes, hello guys. I'm very happy to be on this bridge Elena, thank you for introduction. So as Elena mentioned, I'm Natalia Amelin. I just recently joined Team Metis, very excited about it, about the platform that we're building, and also about this ecosystem DAC, which we are launching today. It's will be called Genesee DAC, as was discussed earlier. And we're really here to support our community and to help you guys grow as part of our community and grow with us together. So hopefully this Genesee DAC will be a good tool for us, a strong pillar to support that strong ecosystem growth.
Thank you, Natalia. All right. So we have now our guest speaker joined as well. So we have Kevin Liu. Please don't mix him up with the Kevin Liu.
I will stop my video.
Yes, so Kevin Liu, he's the founder of ASSX, which is spelled ASSX. And he's joining today as our hackathon partner with his speech. And I'm very fond of this project, in full support. I think, Kevin, you built a great project, a great community already. So congratulations on that, and welcome to be our partner, to be our hackathon partner as well. So now the stage is all yours. Before I go away, I also would like to thank my co-host today, Will. Will, thank you so much. And thank you, Kevin, for answering the questions today as well. So we guys, again, we're taking still questions. After that, we expect you to ask questions for Kevin about this ASSX. You probably will find this project as fascinating as I found it. And ask the questions in the same Telegram chat so Kevin can see them in here in a Zoom chat later on. Thank you, Kevin. So now it's all yours.
Hi, Elena. Thank you very much for having us. Thank you and Metis for having us here today. It's a great pleasure to be able to just give you guys a little showcase of what we're trying to do and the ASSX platform itself. So just to give you a little bit of background, my name is Kevin Liu. I'm the co-founder of ASSX, and the ASSX team itself has been in the blockchain space since 2017. And throughout the years, we have developed multiple projects on the blockchain for blockchain projects, from cross-chain swap platforms to play-to-earn blockchain games, as well as a freelancer blockchain platform as well. And so, we've had quite a bit of experience in the blockchain industry over the past years. And, the team and I have decided recently that after looking at the overall popularity of the NFT and the digital world and the ever increasing move into the metaverse, we noticed that there was a little bit of the the real world being left behind a little bit. In that sense, we have so many digital things going on, and how we can move into the metaverse. We noticed that, okay, real world assets, they're not getting as much popularity as they used to. And so we thought, maybe, hey, how we can bring that up to speed as well. And I guess in total, then, the ASSX platform basically stands for Alternative Asset Safe Storage Exchange. And our goal is to basically bridge the gap between the physical world and the digital world. Our platform is to basically be able to tokenize real world physical assets onto the blockchain. How we do this is we will be assigning an NFT as the ownership contract to a real world asset. And so if you have a real world asset, and what we're focusing primarily on right now is trading cards, for example, as an alternative asset, what we can do is you can mint an NFT that represents the ownership of that asset on the blockchain. And now users can be able to buy, sell, trade, exchange, transfer, do whatever they want on the blockchain with this real world asset. So, our NFT registration protocol. I don't know if I'll be able to share my screen. Okay,
Yes, you will.
so I'll just be able to here very quickly. So, you know, so here's just a brief demonstration of our registration protocol. How we'll be able to mint these asset-backed NFTs is we will be assigning a QR code to the asset itself in the real world. And then with this QR code, when we mint the NFT, we'll be using a registration protocol where the QR code and the owner and the NFT itself will be, the QR code will be written into the NFT contract. And that acts as the verification between the real world asset and the NFT itself. The NFT basically acts as an ownership contract to the asset. It acts similar to, you know, I guess if you had to compare, it would be like gold trading. You know, when you trade gold and commodities online, you don't necessarily ever touch the gold or hold the gold in your pocket. You just own the rights to it and the contract to it. And so we propose the very same system, but in this particular scenario, it's mainly for alternative assets such as trading cards. You know, there is by doing this, we kind of create like a frictionless environment for people to be able to just do whatever they like as they please with the ownership rights of these assets. In a world where we're continually growing and becoming more globalized, access to these type of investments, it can be limited to a certain degree. If you're living in, you know, third world countries such as Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, stuff like that, it's hard for you to get into these markets that are located in overseas, especially like, let's say like the United States or Europe, to these auctions that are taking place with these alternative assets. It's hard for you to get into there. So we've thought, hey, if we can create this type of system, people from all around the world will be able to participate and be involved with these type of investments as well. And so, you know, there are decentralized elements to our platform. So as you know, we utilize blockchain and the barrier of entry is very low. But there is a certain centralized elements to our platform as well. You know, in order to create these asset-backed NFTs, there are some issues that we have to take to consider. For example, the authenticity of the asset, the condition of the asset, as well as custodial issues of the real world asset. We can't just have anybody going on and saying, okay, let's mint my newly found card that I just have at home, and then put it online, sell that card. But then that person who just bought that card doesn't necessarily know the authenticity of the card, doesn't necessarily know the condition, which does affect its value. Doesn't know if that card is going to be sold to a third party, while the ownership has been sold online to the first party. So you know how we plan to solve that issue is by creating a centralized vault. A centralized vault that basically acts as the custodian of the assets when we are minting them. So users can take their assets, they'll send them to us to a centralized secure vault. It'll be a class 3 vault by Chubb Security, and audited by you know, the big 3, PwC, KPMG, and EY. It's class 3 underwriters laboratory vault. So basically this vault houses all the physical assets that are going to be minted onto our platform so that one, we can maintain the integrity of the asset itself. We can make sure that the asset is never tampered with or the condition is always kept well. We can also check the authenticity of the product before we mint it to make sure that whoever's buying this at the asset-backed NFT is safe and is always well looked after. And so, you know, assets as a whole, we want to kind of build this ecosystem. So the ecosystem that comprises of one safe asset storage of the physical assets, minting and digitizing these physical assets itself, but also creating DeFi services as well, such as DeFi lending services. So, you know, once you have minted these NFTs, we want to create a peer-to-peer pretty much a peer-to-peer asset-backed lending platform where you can now put up your assets up for loan on a peer-to-peer lending marketplace. We will help provide the service of creating these package loans that derive of all these from all these physical asset-backed NFTs, and then you can take out a loan against them. And now the lenders have a chance to participate in lending, generate passive income, but utilizing an actual physically backed collateral as collateral for the loan. We also would like to create a DAO ETF fund that's basically a DAO fund, an ETF that is run by the DAO that is also comprised about from these asset-backed NFTs, so that there are multiple ways for people to participate into these ETFs that are backed by physical assets, real world assets that people can kind of take a look at, know more about, and there's a stable value towards it as well. And so with this ETF fund, we propose that it is run by a DAO. It will be run by the public. It will be managed by the public. All the decisions that be made around the DAO itself can be made by the DAO itself. So, you know, when an asset's going to be sold, when it could be bought, which assets should be bought, how much money should be involved with this ETF. And so we want to leave it out for the DAO to kind of dictate and create these funds and manage it themselves. I can give you a brief look at what our platform looks like so far. We will be porting one moment. So we will be porting our platform over to the Metis testnet very soon. We just still got to finalize and fix up a few things, but this is this general overall look of our platform right now. This is the main page where you get access to the monthly auctions. We'll be hosting monthly premiere auctions online. We will also be hosting live streams of these auctions. So what we propose with our platform as well is there's a live streaming aspect of it as well, where we have influencers and people that are in the card collecting community that act as auctioneers that will host these monthly auctions, that will premiere auctions that people can attend. And then once people are attending and viewing it, you will also be able to be rewarded ASSX tokens for being viewers. We're gonna partner with platform called Fan8 that will help us create that platform to reward streamers and viewers of the stream to get rewards for for viewing the auction itself. And so this is like the main page. Will also be able to see this is what the marketplace looks like. And you'll also be able to see you'll be able to see what the platform looks like, what the card details. So this is what it would look like if your NFT was minted. You would be able to see the price history, listings, the offers, the trading history, related articles. You'd be able to see the picture itself, as well as if it was involved in a live stream, you could view the previous auction that it was as well. You'd also be able to view your NFTs that you've been minted. One thing that we like to note too is that with our NFTs that are minted, there are certain fees and incorporated involved with the storage of these assets itself. So quite namely, like in terms of the admin fees, these storage fees, as well as the insurance fees that we have to kind of keep up with when we're dealing with these type of NFTs. And so one aspect of the NFT that is different from other NFTs is that there is an expiry date on these NFTs. So once they are minted, you pay a minting fee of 10% of the valuation of the card or the asset itself. But then there's an expiry date that's put on the NFT of 1 year. And so the reason why we leave it for 1 year is because as the price of the asset itself changes over time, the insurance costs will change over time. So we can't mint it for a lifetime, because if that asset now has increased in 400, 500% in over a year, the insurance price has dramatically increased over that, has increased by 300, 400% as well. So we have to kind of make sure that we are able to maintain the cost of storing it. And in order for us to do that, we have to kind of create an expiry on the NFT itself. And then and that kind of forces the owner itself to have to remint and then repay the fees each year. It's a bit of a difficult process of our platform, but it's a necessary one, because we do believe that maintaining the integrity of the physical asset itself and making sure that the asset and the asset owner is protected through the highest forms of security and every form of insurance possible. So we have to kind of create that system. Now, the one thing that we wanted to keep in mind was, how do we make sure that the owners, the asset owners and the NFT owners can keep track of when their assets are going to expire? We don't want them to have to lose any of their assets simply because they forgot to remint it. So there's in their My NFT portfolio, you can take a look at when the item was minted, when the expiry date, and when you need to remint the NFT, as well as you'll be able to sign up for email notifications if you choose to get notified when the NFT itself is going to be is set to expire. And then from this page, you can set to remint it as well. And so if you were able to take a look, this is basically similar to what your portfolio would look like. It would have your cards, your owner, the minter, the expiration date, the token ID. And so that way you'd be able to see and manage your NFTs this way. And so, just to kind of to close everything out and to close everything out, the ASSX platform, we kind of want to be a one-stop shop for alternative asset and physical asset investors and collectors pretty much be able to imagine a scenario where you could buy an asset-backed NFT, which basically you're buying a real world asset, being able to take out a loan on it at the same time, take that loan and then participate in one of our live streaming events where you can purchase a pack. Usually the trading cards come in packs. Participate in a live stream where someone will open that pack. You can view what cards you just own, what cards you just received from these packs. Find out that you got a pretty good card, and then put it up for auction, liquidate it immediately for a profit, take that profit, and then repay the loan. And then you were able to do that without ever actually touching a physical asset itself or a physical card itself, and just doing that by sitting on your computer. And so, one of the right now, our primary focus is on the trading card market itself. But eventually, what we kind of see for this type of platform is that it can be expanded over to art, can be expanded over to cars, even like high-end jewelry and collectible clothing such as shoes and shirts and all those type of things. And so we see that the environment of tokenization of real world assets is quite interesting, and it's something that we can really expand upon. Although our primary focus right now is on the trading card asset market, we do see ourselves in the future expanding over into multiple facets of alternative assets. Even stuff like time sharing an apartment or a hotel. It's something that we were looking into as well. But basically, we see that the tokenization of real world assets, especially now with NFTs involved, it's a pretty big market. It's a very exciting market that we're entering, and something that we can really grow on.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much. And I would like to also note that Kevin joining us from Australia. And right now it's 5 a.m. in Australia. Thank you, Kevin. You joined us 4:30 a.m. Thank you so much for waking up that early, or maybe
I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it.
Thank you so much. Yes, and of course, if you would like to share like any contacts, like how people can join your community, how they can watch your progress, please feel free to to share this slide again, so our community would see it. And I'm not sure if you've seen the question for you in the chat here that our community posted as well. So the question is, does ASSX have any plans in the future to tokenize real estate?
So we've discussed this quite and it has been a topic for us for quite some time. For now, it is not something that we are looking at. We just find that in terms of real estate itself, we're talking about physical land. We find that it's a bit difficult, and there is quite a bit of red tape around that. I mean, if we are able to tokenize land per se, and put that into a decentralized world, we noticed that pretty much any other country can come up and buy up another country very quickly. And so we found that it is something that definitely has potential, in the sense where being able to purchase land with cryptocurrencies is something that is very interesting. But for us to tokenize real estate, not necessarily that is something that we're looking at right now. We have looked at something in terms of tokenization of timeshares, of not necessarily of land, but of housing developments and hotels. So for example, something that's kind of unique and interesting is that we noticed that if you ever looked in certain countries like Australia itself, in Gold Coast, where there are these apartment buildings that you can see in Airbnb, where they people buy an apartment and then they put it onto a pool of investors. So we thought maybe we can tokenize a hotel room, an apartment that can basically be shared investment for people, to be able to purchase into it and then to collect revenue from people who are staying there. But at this point in time, we're focusing on just alternative assets. We're focusing on mainly the trading card market, and then hopefully the next step will be into the high-end art market.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. And wish you all the luck. So it's a pleasure to have such a great quality project on Metis. So we're looking forward to your progress, and to our audience, we're going to be sharing ASSX project, like everything, innovations, the news and everything through our marketing channels. So you will be hearing from ASSX again, and please stay tuned. So on that note, I would like to thank you, Kevin. Hopefully you can go back to bed, have some rest. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank our audience as well. Thank you again. All your questions that you send in the chat will be answered. So please keep sending them and they will be rewarded as well. It was a pleasure having you in today again. We're going to be seeing you next Tuesday for the live stream. And from now on, we're going to be actually splitting the live streams. We're going to be having our main live stream for Metis on Tuesdays. And as you noticed, the time change, right? So today we went 1 hour later because of the time change for the from Eastern Daylight Savings Time to the Eastern Standard Time. And also our hackathon streams going to be starting, because we now have lots of news to share to our hackers to work with our community as we grow big. So we're going to be having some important announcements also for the hackathon on next Thursday, and the date is going to be November 18th. So please stay tuned on November 18th. So our next live stream for Metis is on November 16th, and our next live stream for the hackathon and hackathon partners is on November 18th. Thank you very much. My name is again Elina Sinelnikova. I am representing our whole Metis team, our family, and we're glad to have you in. Thank you.